Welcome to the general overview of Blue Water Supermap, available exclusively from sst-offshore.com. Alright, we're going to go over the basic functions here. We've already launched our map. It's completely loaded, if you'll notice down here where it says done. We're going to start up here at the top left-hand corner with these 4 arrows. These 4 arrows can control map movement. If you take your left mouse and single click on any one of these arrows, you'll notice that the map moves in the direction of the arrow. Very simple. Our next tool here is our zoom bar. The zoom bar is basically there to show you how far in or how far out you're zoomed on the map. If you take your left mouse and push down on it one time and then move the bar here in the middle, you'll notice as we go toward the plus, it zooms in closer. If we push down with the left mouse and move it toward the minus, it zooms out. That's so that you don't get lost. So you can see exactly how far it is that you're zoomed in or zoomed out. Very simple to use. Our next tool down here is our hand tool. We're going to single click on the hand one time with our left mouse button and it's going to turn green. That's going to signify that this tool is now active. If we take our hand and go out here into the middle of the map somewhere and push down with the left mouse button, you'll notice that we can now pan the map. That means that we can move it around to follow our cursor. I'm holding down the left mouse button. It's very simple to do. This tool is also used when we start interacting with waypoints and other goodies that are built into the map. This is how we'll select them, is using the hand tool. We'll discuss that when we get to the various layers. The next tool is a magnifying glass. If you left click one time on the magnifying glass, you'll notice that it now turned green and the hand has turned red. If you put your cursor out in the middle of the map and left click one time, you'll notice that it will zoom in exactly where you left clicked at. You'll notice that the scale bar goes up closer with each click. And we can grab the scale bar and move it back down. Let me show you another function of our zoom button. If you take your left mouse, let's say I want to zoom in right here on Cape Lookout. I can take, with the zoom active, push down with the left mouse button and roll the mouse to draw a box. Now let go with the left mouse button and it'll zoom in right on the area that we drew the box around. So you see how that works. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, our next tool is called the global tool. There are some layers in here, especially when we start talking about the weather forecast, where you want to be able to zoom all the way out to be able to get the general overview. That's the global tool. If you left click one time on the globe tool, you'll notice that the map zooms out to its fullest extent. This covers from Maine all the way down into Texas and Mexico. Let's zoom us back in here. Our next tool is the measure tool. You'll notice it says NM, that stands for nautical miles. If we single click on it, you'll notice it has now turned green. If we left click one time and then move the cursor somewhere else and double click, you'll notice that we get our distance right down here. So single click, double click, and here's our distance. Single click, double click, here's our distance. You go, well, Dave, it sure would be nice to know, how many miles something was, in conjunction with something else. So we go single click, single click, single click, double click. Here's our total distance. You can do that for 1 click or 20. Single click, single click, single click, single click, double click. Whenever it is that we double click, we'll figure out the exact distance of that route. Our next key is very simple to use. This is the Redraw Key. Let's say the map hangs or your computer fouled up or who knows what happened. If you click on it, it will redraw the map and all the layers that you have open exactly how you see it. So should the system ever hang, you just come over here and hit the Redraw Key. Our last button is the print command. The print command works but it takes a lot of system memory to be able to draw these maps. So it takes a little while for it to do it. Also, on slower computers, it may not work at all because you'll simply run out of system memory. I'll show you another way of printing the maps later on in these tutorials. Alright, that concludes our general overview of SST-Offshore.com's Blue Water Supermap. Join us for the rest of the classes where we talk about all of the different layers that we have available and all the different features.